Okay, I'm finally getting to this video. It has been a long time coming. So in my last video, uh, I did a full 5-hour playthrough of Space Astronomy 2. Yes, I know 5 hours is a long dang time, but uh, I'd say the video was alright. I didn't include commentary, unfortunately, but my reasoning is because I didn't want to have to sit for 5 hours commentating on what I was doing in the video. I prefer just to have like a no commentary long play, but a long play is where you don't have any edits, and I had a bunch of edits, but I kind of made it my own version of that concept or format. So I'm just going with the flow with that. But in this video, I'm doing a base tour of my 1.10.2 Space Astronomy world. My base isn't nice by any means. I'm not a builder, if that wasn't obvious enough. I just do what I can, try to make it look okay. So, yeah. Let's start with my refined storage system. So as you can see, I have a crafting grid, pattern grid, crafting monitor, and that. I also have some crafters, and I have more crafters downstairs or in the bunker, so I'll show that. As you can see, I do have a bunch of crafts, auto crafts. Some from extra planets, mechanism, RF tools, refined storage, mop grinding utils, tiny progressions, mystical agriculture, Ender IO, IC2. Well, I didn't really mess with IC2 in this mod pack. I don't really like IC2 that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. And yes, I have played with it before. All right. What's going on here? Okay. I'm not sure why I was crafting. I don't remember ever crafting anything, but that's that. Okay. So I do have a lot of resources, as you can probably tell. I have a lot of ingots, and I'm not gonna use any of this stuff. Ain't no way I'm gonna use any of this thing, any of these resources. I'm done with the pack. I did everything I wanted to do in Space Astronomy 2, but one of my goals was to get at least 100,000 of iron, gold, and copper, bronze. Just some main, like the ingots I really wanted to get the most of, like also refined obsidian, tin. Yeah. And this was done through mystical agriculture. As you can see, I have the seeds. I crafted a bunch of seeds. And I do have them as crafts, right? Yeah, see, it shows up on here, the crafting grid, or pattern grid. And I also have a bunch of random junk. But yeah, not too bad, I guess, right? I would say so. And yeah, as you could probably tell, most of my drives here... That's kind of loud. Most of my drives, or all my drives here, are full, and some are 64K and 16K. What I noticed about refined storage, if you compare it to applied energistics 2, is that if you put one item in an empty 64K storage disk, it will say 1 out of 64,000 instead of 1 out of 63 types, and some number that I don't remember for 82 cells. So yeah, I mean, I do like this, but I also like 82 more. I don't know, it's just I like this storage, but I also like the look, the blocks, the way the blocks and textures look of 82, and it's what you can do with it's awesome. Though I'm no expert at that. So yeah, let's go to the auto crafting area. Kind of a mess, as you can tell. Right here is for refined storage. I have these machines and crafters. Some of these are for crafting processors. Yeah, improved processor, advanced, yeah, etc. And I also have Ender IO right here to make the alloys for the most part. And I also have mechanism to craft alloys and that. Mostly alloys, I think, and circuits. Yeah, that control circuit to make and steel, enriched iron to make steel dust. Yeah, just stuff you need for mechanism crafting. Nothing too crazy. And down here, I also have another mechanism autocraft thing. This is to make the HDPE pellet to make HDPE sheets or whatever. In order to make the solar neutron activator for the fusion reactor, you need that machine or whatever to create tritium. You need that for the fuel of the fusion reactor. So yeah, that's that. And over here, I also have a bunch of crafters from different mods like extra planets, RF tools, Ender IO, like Minecraft stuff and extra utilities. Or I mean, yeah, doesn't really say it. Yeah, let me see. Extra utilities too? Does it not say it? Yeah, extra utilities too. Okay, I got a little confused by that, but yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about now. All right, I also have what is this? Mystical agriculture, and a bunch of other things. And right here, this is part of my setup to craft resources from mystical agriculture. I use crafters instead of whatever any other thing, any other mod, just because it's very useful. I mean, you can have multiple crafts if you have a tier 3 crafter. It's kind of ugly, this setup, but it works for me. So yeah, and it goes straight into the refined storage system. Now over here, I also have my mob grinder. And by the way, I'll show these two things later once I get to them. But I have a mob grinder, item collector, or it goes through this quantum transporter from one side, from the mining world, and it goes through here. It used to go through this, but each one is full apart from that. They're all full. I wanted to mess around with this to learn how to use this, and looks like I used it correctly, but yeah, I ran out of space, unfortunately. And I also have one for cobblestone. Yeah, there's a little area down there for cobblestone. There's a cobblestone generator using extra utilities too. Transfer node. So yeah, that's the refined storage area. Okay, it's a little laggy. I apologize. Some of the stuff here is not very optimized. And here is my like general machine area. I used to use this a lot of these machines. Not anymore. I mostly started using my auto crafting area once I got established here. I just wanted to put these here. But I did use this quite a lot. This setup right here for my extra planet ores. I also did some other things here. Also have my Ender IO stuff. And I also have my charging capacitor bank. As you see, it's pretty quick. And genetics reborn, that's why I can fly and I have extra hearts here. I can fly and I also have I can survive lava and stuff like that. And I have wither resistance and a bunch of other things. I don't remember what, but I think I showed that in my 5-hour playthrough. So yeah. And next I have my Tinker's smeltery, all the things that I would need to make tools, though I didn't really use much after I got established. It's pretty evident in my last video. Okay, and right here, I have a humongous reactor. Now, it's not online because I'm using a fusion reactor for mechanisms, better power source than this. But if I were to turn it on, it generates a lot of power. I think like 67,000 RF a tick. Yep. Okay. Around there, I guess. Or maybe 68. Okay, 67.89. So, yeah, I'm going to turn it off now. But, yeah, around that amount. I use this in order to get that powered up. Like these lasers right here, as you can see. Full. Just to get this running. And this was my main power source for a while. But I realized it wasn't going to be enough. So, yeah, that's why I went to that. And right here, I have a little AFK room. I'm gonna be honest here. I did spend like 100 days, but like I was sleeping. Okay, I let this world run overnight, and that's why I have a lot of these resources. So in reality, I really didn't spend 459 days. It's more like 340 maybe, 350, 360, something like that. But yeah, this is part of the base. Not that nice, I guess. The ceiling. But it's alright. And I also have over here my extra utilities too. Magical wood. My enchanting table. And yeah. I use this quite a lot for my armor and stuff like that. My tools as well. I have a lot of experience in this. Yep. There we go. Oh yeah, I also forgot to show this real quick. Refined storage. I have more drives here. And I had to create another set of drives, disk drives, with storage disks. Originally, I had these two, but then I had to add these other two over time because I was running out of space. And over time, I do run out of storage space. So, it is what it is, though. And yeah, that's basically it for this section of the base. Alright, and I have my little Weather 2 radar station, though I didn't really mess around with Weather 2 too much this mod pack. Just because the area I live in doesn't really allow for strong storms to survive and thrive. Like I've seen as high as F1 or F2. I think F1. Now, mostly if there's a tornado going through here, it's gonna be like an F0. But damage is disabled in this mod pack. I didn't do that. That's the mod pack creator, MGR Legends. So I didn't want to deal with the tornado damage, so I left it as is on default. Whatever. Yep. My little lookout, but it's kind of useless because I keep my render distance at 8 most of the time. 8 chunks. But yeah, it is kind of nice though. And over here, I have my portals. Another portal, mining world. I'll show this a little later what's inside. And this lightning craft. Kind of a spooky little dimension. But it was an interesting experience nonetheless in my last video. You'll see that. Okay, and here I have my galactic craft stuff. Over here is what probably is causing most of my my lag or FPS drop, frame drop. Just because I have all these compressors, and maybe the cables are causing lag too. But something about this setup, oh, it's horrible. Then look at my frame rate. Usually I have like 140 to 200, but right now it's 60. And I don't have the worst specs. I have a 3080 and 5000X, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Maybe I didn't do this right. It worked. And right here, okay, wait. Let me explain this a little more. I use this to craft my plates, like for example, when I crafted my tier 19, no way. My tier 10 heavy duty plates. Okay, so I use this area to craft my rocket plates, and well, it wasn't very fun to do all this nonsense because, like I said in my last video, I said at the very end, I gotta compress, do it again, again, and again for each tier. I didn't really enjoy that. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. I also have a muffling sound thing, muffling block. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. That's why the sound's low over there. Okay, as I was trying to say, this right here is how I produce the oil for crafting my boosters in Galactic Craft. Empty. So if I were to use the rocket fuel that I have over here, I did make rocket fuel from Ender.io. And you see, it doesn't work. See? And you need this for crafting boosters, and you need a filled fuel canister, but this doesn't work. However, if I take a bucket, for example, and put it in here, the fuel loader for my rocket, it works. That fuel works. It's compatible, but not this one. So that's why I made a chapter dedicated to this, because I needed to get this out of the way. Otherwise, I would have not been able to complete Space Astronomy, in my eyes at least. And I say my eyes because when you start this pack, you get like a achievement book or whatever, and it's like a list of things you can do by the mod pack creator that you can do. But I didn't do those things because I wanted to do my own thing. But as you can see, I have canola press from my farm in the mining world, from the ender chest, and I also have excess if I were to get canola seeds. But right now I turned it off, I think, or no, I didn't turn it off, but I slowed something down in the farm so it can keep up. So it goes into this right here, and then I use mechanism pipes, fermenting barrel to create oil, and this oil actually works. Though in this mod pack, it was configured, I think, to work with Galactic Craft. I don't know. I think so. But yeah, this would take that oil, convert it to Galactic Craft oil from here, and then it would convert it into fuel. And see, it works like that. So that's how I do this, and it's almost full. That's nice. And right here I have my NASA workbench. All my rocket schematics in there. And I have my oxygen compressor. Nothing too crazy. Just 4. And that's it for the Galactic Craft room. I noticed that in my Space Astronomy playthrough, for those who have bothered watching that, I put everything too close to each other and that caused a lot of lag. So I tried to do the same thing here, but I don't know if I did a good job on that, but I did try to separate everything. Like, this is far away from over there. I made this purposely far away from everything else. So yeah, anyways, let's move on to the mechanism thing real quick. Nothing too crazy, just my setup. I wanted to put this in the mining world to get continuous tritium production, but the problem is in this version of Minecraft and the version of the mod. Let me show. What's the name of it? Dimensional world. Apparently it does turn night in this world. I mean, this mod. It used to not do that. In 1.7.10. So I could always have my solar neutron activators producing tritium, but not this time. So I just decided to move everything here. So I have 3 towers, max height. It's into the ground. It gets dug into the ground. And this produces the tritium fuel from lithium. And as you can see, I did make a glass area. I didn't want mobs to fall in, or animals or whatever. Glass lookout. And I have a bunch of solar neutron activators, as I said already. And right here I have my pumps that pumps heavy water to make deuterium, and that's part of the fusion process right here. And I have an ejection rate of 20 on this fusion reactor, and it produces 2 million RF. I don't need more power than this. I'm not doing laser drill farming in this pack because there is no mod that allows you to mine ores. I mean, RF Tools has like a builder they can quarry mine, but I didn't want to mess with that. I didn't want to deal with that, so that's why I went with mystical agriculture. But this allows me to be flexible with my power, and it has served me quite well. I also have a chest full of hull ROMs for the DT fuel as backup. Sometimes this does turn off, I think. I don't know why, but it does. So yeah. And that's that, I think. Let me see. Let's go over here, then I could show the outside and explain the base design. It is a little laggy. My bad. Yeah, so here's my little area. I made the mistake again of putting it together, but I just wanted to have the chunk. I didn't have enough chunks. Chunk loading, I only had like 41. Oh, yeah, 41 out of 50. But this works, no problem. I'll start with this first. This came first. This is my mob grinder. It works, Joe. There is a problem with it. The problem is, as you can see, a bunch of heads pop out. I think it's because of beheading, the beheading chance. Oof, I don't know why I struggle to say that. This this mob masher has a beheading chance. And sometimes you get these heads that fly out, like literally it flies out. Kind of annoying. But see, as you saw, yeah. I had a lot of trouble trying to set this up. It just wasn't working. Maybe it's because this is way too big of a grinder. But you know what? From my items, it worked out. So, and XP as well, which is almost full. So I basically use these fans to push the mobs. I wanted to use open blocks fans, what I'm familiar with, from a pack I played before called Crash Landing. Open blocks fan, but this has greater range and usability on upgradability, so. And I also use these redstone repeaters and redstone to activate or deactivate, because sometimes I do need to go in there and I don't want these things pushing me inside. I would die. I think the most complicated thing in setting this up was the collection of items and experience, because oftentimes the items would get stuck and it would create a lot of lag. Like it would get stuck on the edge of the mob mashers. And yeah, that was annoying, but I did eventually figure this out. And I used like 6 vacuum hoppers or whatever these things are called. What are these things called? Yeah. And yeah, it's blowing me around because the fan from this top layer is powerful. Anyways, moving on. I have my... This used to be my wither skeleton farm, but I don't use it anymore. I used it for a variety of mobs, but it was mostly for the wither skeleton farm. And yeah, same thing over there. Just use a mob masher. I only use a single one. I used 4 fans. And you would push them down. And yeah, I also collect items and experience. I move the experience tank to the overworld. Pretty simple design. I have 4 powered spawners. Alright, moving on. Again, RF tools. This came in handy because I needed to craft this stuff. These plots of this mystical agriculture seeds, essence, whatever. And I had a wither thing here. It would spawn withers. Like if, ooh, for example, if I were to activate this right now, I could probably do that, right? Can I? There's no, I mean, I can't actually. No, but when it is activated, it would spawn the wither. When these are on, it would spawn the wither. Kill it quickly with this shield. This red one right here on top, and then it would send the items into here. Sometimes the items would get stuck and then like would stay right here, or maybe like right here. But most of the time, the items would get sucked into here, and it worked out. So, might have been overkill to use all these matter beamers, but I mean, it worked for me, so I did it that way. And over here, I have my gas spawner, although it's offline right now, as you can probably tell. But when I first created this, I had a problem where the gas would just stay right here. It would get stuck, the gas. And I used the fans, model fans, to push them forward and then up. And then they would die and drop the gas tiers here. And yeah, I needed this for the, whatever this block is called right here. It's like a tier 3 fertilizer or whatever. I forget what it's called, but it allows the ground to be fertile as if it was water. It acts as a water source block, but it also helps with growth and plant growth and speed. And yeah, okay. Let's get on to the farming. As you saw earlier from my Galactic Craft oil that I was producing, I have canola oil because you can do that conversion from this to oil and then fuel for fuel canisters, empty canister. And I did have I had one of these imaginary time block here, and it'd be really fast, and oftentimes it would flood this farming station to the point where it would cause stacks upon stacks to pop out all over the place right here, and then sometimes, in some cases, it would fall down to this tree. But that's why I disabled it for now, because I don't need any more fuel. Definitely not 4 million buckets or whatever. I mean, 4 million MB or whatever. Millibuckets or something like that. So yeah. And here, I have my tree farm, though it's offline because it was causing lag, and I didn't need like 150k oak logs or whatever it was. But it also used an imaginary time block, and it would do the same thing, you know? It would do the same thing. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, it doesn't say what it is. But yeah, I used a axe that has no durability issues, unlimited durability and shears, and it served me quite well. I also have these vacuum hoppers because sometimes it can't pick up all the saplings and apples and wood, so I would use that to transport into this chest on top, and it did its thing. So, all right, finally, my mystical agriculture farm. I have a bunch of them, and it was causing lag. I think it does cause lag, as you can see. My frame rate does drop, but yeah. I use these blocks right here to speed up the growing process. I think it essentially speeds up the tick speed of these crops, so it grows fast like this. And it's a little slow, the farming station, but it's moving as fast as it can with each upgrade right here. And it would send into this ender chest, all the same. As you can see, all of them open up. And it would send to the crafter stations or whatever, the tier 3 crafters in my overworld base. And this is the reason why I have like hundreds of thousands of resources in ingots, coal, redstone, lapis, diamonds, emeralds. I'm rich. I don't need any more than that. Alright, that's it for that. Let's go back. Little bit of lag. Okay. Before I show the final bits, let me just do this. Alright, so I'm not really sure what I was trying to do. 100%. I wanted to do like a mountain base. I know for a fact I wanted to do that, but I didn't know about the inside design. And as you can see, it didn't turn out the best by any means, but it's like a laboratory or something inside of a mountain, and I have the launch circle, the launch pad exposed to the environment, and it looks cool. Oh yeah, I have 4 exits on my 7 right there. 1 right there. Another right here. And if I go over here, another right here, and then the other one's right here. I mostly use this one because it's the quickest way to access my refined storage. And I was debating whether to put turrets here, like a tier 5 turret, laser one from Open Modular Turrets, but I didn't want to make those because, as you can tell, where's the threat? I mean, maybe a falling creeper, but other than that, I didn't need it. It was unnecessary, so I left it at that. Alright, let me show the last thing. Okay, and here I have portals to each planet. Each important planet, or dwarf planet, I guess you could say. Each celestial body, or whatever. I have the moon. Mars teleport. Asteroid belt. Venus. Mercury. Kepler-22b. Eris. Pluto teleport. Neptune teleport. Uranus. Saturn. Jupiter. And the reason why I did this is because I didn't want to have to fly back and forth. Seeing the takeoff animation and stuff like that, it gets old fast. So I wanted a quick way to go back to these planets, and the reason for that is because I did run out of ingots and ores multiple times, so I needed to go back because you can't ore process, you can't quintuple. Maybe if you could have quintupled this with mechanism, I would have made that setup, but that wasn't the case, so no. Plus the fact that I don't have any laser drills because there's not a mod for that in this pack. But yeah, if I just go in, I go to the planet, and this is Kepler-22b. It's supposedly like some sort of joke planet. Like it's like, you know, you craft a tier 10 rocket and you get to this place. You have nuke traps, emerald biomes, diamond, coal, iron, stuff like that. Alright, lastly, I have my rocket launch pad. I tried to make a cool design, like where the exhaust or whatever would go through this, and then it would go down here or here, and I tried to create the illusion that, you know, you can't see down there, but the dark glass from Extra Utilities 2 made it look kind of weird. I also have these vents, and it did work out. with some rockets. It looked like it was going inside, but the bigger rockets, for example, for some reason weren't doing that. It would be sideways. I don't know why, but yeah. This was what most of my trips took place. And yeah, I like this design more than my Space Astronomy 2 simple launch pad. Alright, I think, let me check. I think that's it. Nothing too crazy. I spent a lot more time last time talking about this base, but I went through everything. Alright. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like my base or not, cool. If you don't, I mean, whatever. But yep, that's my entire base. I had fun in this pack, and I look forward to the next mod pack that I play. We'll see. But anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye-bye.